Hello and a warm welcome to All This Week by latestlaws.com. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notification for new videos. My name is Sheetal Joon, Associate Editor, latestlaws.com, and I will be taking you through some significant orders and judgments passed by various courts in the country and some important international news from this week. Let's begin with Supreme Court this week. In a significant ruling that emphasizes the careful scrutiny of dying declarations in criminal cases, the Supreme Court acquitted a death row prisoner while laying down comprehensive guidelines on the admissibility and credibility of such statements. The bench of Justice B.R. Gawai, Justice J.B. Pardewala and Justice Prashant Mishra reiterated that while dying declarations carry a presumption of truthfulness, they must be wholly reliable and inspire confidence. The judgment underscores the importance of corroborative evidence when suspicion is raised about the correctness of a dying declaration. In a significant ruling that emphasizes the careful scrutiny of dying declarations in criminal cases, the Supreme Court acquitted a death row prisoner while laying down comprehensive guidelines on the admissibility and credibility of such statements. The bench of Justice B.R. Gawai, Justice J.B. Pardewala and Justice Prashant Mishra reiterated that while dying declarations carry a presumption of truthfulness, they must be wholly reliable and inspire confidence. The judgment underscores the importance of corroborative evidence when suspicion is raised about the correctness of a dying declaration. The Supreme Court of India is not a polyvocal court but people-centric, and one of the main missions of the Collegium has been to ensure that it represents the richness and diversity of the country, Chief Justice of India CJI Chandrachud has said. Speaking at a function organized by the Supreme Court Bar Association to felicitate newly appointed judges Justice Ujjal Bhuyan and Justice S.V. Bhatti, the CJI said that their elevation reaffirms that this is not a Supreme Court of Maharashtra or Delhi, this is the Supreme Court of India, and the aim here is to ensure that this court reflects the diversity of India. The Supreme Court has indicated its intention to establish comprehensive guidelines concerning the appearance of government officials before the court in legislation involving the government. This development follows a petition challenging an order from the Allahabad High Court that took custody of the Special Secretary Finance and Secretary Finance of the Uttar Pradesh government due to the non-compliance with directives related to retired judges' facilities. The Apex Court intervened to release the officers and stayed the order. The Supreme Court has issued a slew of guidelines on the selection, functioning and remuneration of support persons to assist victims and their families in cases under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. A division bench of Justice S. Ravindra Bhatt and Justice Ravinda Kumar issued the guidelines primarily to direct the Uttar Pradesh government in view of Section 39 of the POCSO Act, which mandates states to frame guidelines for use by NGOs and professionals to provide trial and pre-trial assistance to survivors. The Apex Court has said that social media users should be careful about its impact and reach, as it dismissed a petition filed by actor and ex-Tamil Nadu MLA S.V. Shekhar, who is facing cases for sharing a Facebook post in 2018 allegedly containing derogatory remarks against women journalists. A bench of Justice B.R. Gawai and Justice P.K. Mishra was hearing a petition filed by Shekhar against the July 14th order of the Madras High Court, which had dismissed the petition seeking quashing of criminal proceedings relating to the post shared by him. If one uses social media, then he should be more careful about its impact and reach, the bench told the advocate representing the petitioner. The lawyer argued that Shekhar had put some medicine in his eyes on the date of the incident, due to which he could not read the contents of the post which he shared. Now let's have an overview of high courts. The division bench of Justice K. Vinod Chandran and Justice Partha Sarthi of the Patna High Court in the cases of Reshma Prasad versus the state of Bihar has held that transgender is not a caste identity, and every individual, including those not conforming to the male and female gender classification, should be permitted self-determination. The single judge bench of Justice Alok Kumar Verma of the Uttarakhand High Court in the case of Janak Bahadur Vishwakarma and others versus the state of Uttarakhand has held that the object of keeping the accused in detention during the trial is not punishment. The main purpose is manifestly to secure the attendance of the accused. A single judge bench of Justice Vivek Bharti Sharma of the Uttarakhand High Court has held that if the anticipatory bail applications are allowed to be filed in the court without exhausting the remedy before the sessions, it would result in flooding the court for the relief which could have been granted by the Sessions Court. In a significant ruling, the Delhi High Court has granted divorce to a husband based on allegation of false accusation and mental cruelty by his wife. The case, presided over by a division bench of Justice Suresh Kumar Kait and Justice Neena Bansal Krishna, revolved around the husband's appeal against a family court order that had dismissed his petition seeking divorce on the grounds of cruelty and desertion by his wife. The Delhi High Court has issued a notable clarification regarding trademark infringement cases, stating that mere possession of trademark registration does not automatically entitle the proprietor to seek relief against trademark infringement. The division judge bench of Justice Ashutosh Kumar and Justice Vipul M. Pancholi of the Patna High Court in the case of Moti Ullah versus the state of Bihar has held that merely obtaining the fingerprint and that being placed on record would not be any avail to the prosecution unless it is proved that the same fingerprint was available on the butt of the weapon used for assault. The Delhi High Court has refused to grant bail to a husband accused of abetting suicide of his wife, who tragically took her own life just 13 days after their marriage. Justice Swarna Kanta Sharma, presiding over the case, emphasized the severe emotional toll that discovering a spouse's infidelity shortly after marriage can inflict upon an individual, potentially driving them to extreme measures like suicide. Moving on to international news this week. A historic Donald Trump's criminal mugshot was released on Thursday evening after he was booked at an Atlanta jail on charges that he conspired to overturn the results of 2022 presidential election in Georgia. Like the other defendants in the case who have surrendered so far, the 77-year-old Trump had his mugshot taken during the booking process, a first for any serving or former US president. A US court in Washington, D.C. has ruled that artworks generated by artificial intelligence without any human involvement cannot be granted copyright protection under US law. US District Judge Brill Howell stated that only creative work produced by human authors are eligible for copyrights. This ruling affirms the decision made by the Copyright Office to reject the application submitted by computer scientist Stephen Thaler on behalf of his AI system named Davis. In the end, we have miscellaneous news. The Madras Bar Association has passed a resolution expressing objection and anguish over Hindi names for bills replacing the Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure and Evidence Act. The body said that the centre's move was against the Constitution of India. The central government has filed an application in the Supreme Court to modify the status quo of the commitment it had previously given regarding the release of genetically modified mustard for seed production and testing. This move follows an earlier oral undertaking made by the government in November 2022, and the case pertains to the commercial cultivation of GM mustard in India. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. This is a weekly program, and to get more information, please check the description box, and for weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel.